Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into some of the most powerful TED Talks that will leave you inspired and motivated. Forget about those motivational books. These talks have got you covered. We all crave a little bit of inspiration in our lives, a spark to ignite our passions and push us towards our dreams, and sometimes all it takes is hearing the right words, spoken with conviction and heart. That's the beauty of TED Talks. So, whether you're looking for a boost of confidence, a deeper understanding of human behavior, or simply a fresh perspective on life, these talks have something for everyone. So buckle up, grab your metaphorical thinking caps, and get ready to be amazed. Brené Brown's talk, The Power of Vulnerability, is a game changer. I mean, seriously, it's like she crawled inside my brain and understood all my deepest insecurities. She talks about how vulnerability, this thing we're often taught to avoid, is actually the key to living a more fulfilling and connected life. It's about embracing our imperfections, our fears, and our shame, and realizing that it's in those cracks that we find our true strength and our capacity for love and belonging. We build walls to protect ourselves, but those same walls end up keeping us from experiencing the good stuff too. Brown's research shows that people who embrace vulnerability, who are willing to put themselves out there and risk getting hurt, are actually the ones who experience deeper joy, greater creativity, and more meaningful relationships. It's not about being perfect, it's about being real. It's about having the courage to show up as our authentic selves, even when it's scary. Because, as Brown says, vulnerability is not weakness, it's our greatest measure of courage. Think about a time you were really vulnerable with someone. Maybe you shared a fear or a secret. It probably felt risky, right? But I bet it also felt incredibly freeing. So next time you feel the urge to hide, to pretend, to play it safe, remember Brené Brown's words and choose courage over comfort. You might just be surprised at what you find on the other side of vulnerability. Ever wish you could just radiate confidence, like walk into a room and own it? Well, Amy Cuddy might have the answer for you. In her talk, Your Body Language May Shape Who You Are, she explores the fascinating connection between our posture and our minds. It turns out that our body language doesn't just reflect how we feel, it can actually shape how we feel. Cuddy's research shows that adopting power poses, even for just a few minutes, can actually increase testosterone levels associated with confidence and decrease cortisol levels associated with stress. So, before a big presentation or a job interview, instead of hunching over your phone, try standing tall, arms outstretched, like you're about to conquer the world. You might be surprised by how much more confident and powerful you feel. And the best part is, these changes aren't just temporary. Cuddy's research suggests that practicing power poses can actually lead to lasting changes in our brains, making us more assertive, optimistic, and likely to take risks. It's like faking it till you make it, but with science. So, channel your inner superhero, strike a pose, and let your body language unlock your full potential. Simon Sinek's How Great Leaders Inspire Action is one of those talks that just clicks. It's like he's revealing a secret code to inspiration, and once you know it, you see it everywhere. Sinek argues that most organizations and individuals communicate from the outside in, focusing on what they do, how they do it, and why people should care. But truly, inspiring leaders communicate from the inside out, starting with why. They start by defining their purpose, their belief, their reason for existence. Why does their company exist? Why do they get out of bed in the morning? Once they have a clear understanding of their why, everything else, the how and the what, falls into place. Think about Apple. They don't sell computers, they sell a vision of thinking differently, of challenging the status quo. And people are willing to pay a premium for that. Why? For that feeling of being part of something bigger than themselves. So what's your why? What gets you fired up? What impact do you want to make on the world? Find your why, and you'll unlock a level of passion and purpose you never knew existed. In The Puzzle of Motivation, Dan Pink takes on a topic that's fascinated managers and psychologists for decades. What motivates us? And his findings might surprise you. Traditional rewards and punishments, the carrot and stick approach, might work in the short term, but Pink argues that they're ultimately ineffective, especially for tasks that require creativity and problem solving. Instead, Pink proposes that true motivation is driven by three key factors: autonomy, mastery, and purpose. Autonomy is the desire to have control over our own lives and work. Mastery is the urge to get better at something that matters to us. And purpose is the longing to be part of something bigger than ourselves. So how do we unlock this intrinsic motivation? Pink suggests creating environments that foster these three elements. Give people more freedom and control over their work, provide opportunities for growth and development, and connect them to a larger purpose. What makes a good life? It's a question that's plagued philosophers and poets for centuries. But in What Makes a Good Life, Robert Waldinger shares some surprisingly simple answers, gleaned from the longest study on happiness ever conducted. For over 75 years, the Harvard study of adult development has tracked the lives of hundreds of men, collecting data on their health, relationships, and careers. And the findings are clear. The key to a happy and fulfilling life isn't fame, fortune, or success, but strong, meaningful relationships. People who have close, supportive relationships with their partners, families, and friends tend to be happier, healthier, and live longer. They're more resilient in the face of stress and adversity, and they experience greater levels of purpose and meaning in their lives. So, if you're looking for a recipe for happiness, forget the self-help books and the endless pursuit of achievement. Focus on building and nurturing strong, loving relationships. Invest in your loved ones, make time for connection, and prioritize quality time over material possessions. Talent, intelligence, even luck pale in comparison to the power of grit, according to Angela Lee Duckworth. In her talk, Grit, the Power of Passion and Perseverance, she explores the essential role of grit in achieving long-term goals. Grit is that unwavering determination, that stubborn refusal to give up, even when faced with obstacles and setbacks. It's about having a passion for something and being willing to put in the hard work, even when it's not glamorous or easy. Duckworth's research shows that grit is a better predictor of success than IQ, talent, or any other measure. It's the grit that separates the high achievers from the rest, the ones who push through the challenges and come out stronger on the other side. So, how do we cultivate grit? It starts with finding something you're truly passionate about, something that lights you up from the inside. Then, it's about setting ambitious goals and breaking them down into smaller, more manageable steps. And most importantly, it's about embracing failure as a necessary part of the learning process. Because it's not about how many times you fall down, it's about how many times you get back up. What if I told you that happiness isn't just the result of success, but the key to it? That's the premise of Sean Achor's talk, The Happy Secret to Better Work. Achor, a positive psychology researcher, challenges the traditional notion that success leads to happiness. Instead, he argues that happiness is a precursor to success, that by cultivating positive emotions, we can actually boost our productivity, creativity, and resilience. Achor's research shows that when we're in a positive state of mind, our brains become more creative, resourceful, and resilient. We're better able to solve problems, connect with others, and bounce back from adversity. So, how do we cultivate more happiness in our lives? Achor suggests simple yet powerful practices like expressing gratitude, practicing kindness, and focusing on our strengths. By making small, intentional changes in our daily lives, we can create an upward spiral of happiness and success. Let's be honest, we've all been there, staring at a looming deadline, wondering how we let it get this bad. In his hilarious and insightful talk, Inside the Mind of a Master Procrastinator, Tim Urban takes us on a journey into the mind of a procrastinator, and let's just say it's a familiar landscape. Urban uses humor and relatable anecdotes to explain the inner workings of procrastination, from the seductive allure of instant gratification to the panic monster that lurks in the shadows. But beyond the laughs, Urban offers practical advice for overcoming procrastination. He emphasizes the importance of breaking down tasks into smaller, less daunting steps, setting realistic deadlines, and finding ways to make the work itself more enjoyable. He also encourages us to be kind to ourselves, to recognize that procrastination is a common human experience, and to focus on progress over perfection. So the next time you find yourself lost in the procrastination abyss, remember Tim Urban's words and take it one step at a time. You got this. Thanks for watching. If you found these TED Talks inspiring, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content that fuels your mind and soul. Remember, inspiration is a journey, not a destination. So keep exploring, keep learning, and keep seeking out those sparks of wisdom that ignite your passions and push you to be your best self. See you in the next video.